What is going on, everybody? Bitcoin had a rally. Bitcoin continues to have rallies, but was it ETF driven? That's the question that we're asking today, and the answer might startle you. We're going to do the TA on this, but we're going to do it in just a few moments. We're going to do this as quick as possible because we want you to be informed. But without further ado, we're going to kick this off with what is allegedly going on in this market. The Bitcoin price rally was not ETF driven. QCP reveals main reason. Are they right? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button, or the dislike button if you don't like me. In their latest market update, QCP Capital, crypto asset trading firm headquartered in Singapore, has dissected the recent Bitcoin price movement, attributing the rally to macroeconomic factors rather than the much anticipated approval of a spot ETF. To recall, Bitcoin surged from 34.5 to almost 36,000 on Wednesday. Now, the first pump that we saw obviously was related to the Bitcoin spot ETF. It was Barry Silbert and the digital currency group, thus Cointelegraph, lying to you, deceiving, and manipulating you to tell you that that was going to happen when it really wasn't. But it revealed that it was time for Bitcoin to run because the money did not come back out, because people realized even if they were lying, it's still coming. So keep that in mind. But the firm's technical analysis highlighted that Bitcoin reached the 38.2 fib retracement level at 35,912 and touched the upper channel trend line before retreating, a move that was keenly observed by market participants. QCP Capital's report states this latest rally, however, was less about spot ETF development and more about macro forces. These macro forces were identified through a dovish stance from the FOMC, a smaller than expected Treasury QI supply estimate, which led to a significant drop in bond yields, which are down around 4.6 right now from a high of 5. This in turn had turned a bullish effect on risk assets, including Bitcoin, and a broader crypto market. Today, we're witnessing a little bit of sell-off in the earlier markets. We're down about $20 billion on the day, which is now down to $15 billion, by the way. Maybe the rally is happening because today is Friday. It's an expiry day. It's the first one of the month, and maybe, just maybe, it should be over pretty soon, and maybe we're going to continue on that upside trend right now. Bitcoin's still very positive in the market. The firm also had a word of caution, saying whether this marks the start of a new global equity and bond uptrend remains to be seen, as the macro picture essentially remains unchanged outside a correction of overly bearish bond sentiment. Now, when you look over here, you can see that, and for those of you that haven't followed me for any length of time, you might just be tuning in right here. Please hit the subscribe button. But I called this about a year ago, and I said that we were going to be on this line right here. And I know I got some chicken scratch over here, but every one of these little circles right here, this is where we hit that line. Now, we did have a breakdown on the line right here, right? And that lasted for I want to say that was about 60 days. Now we are back in that uptrend. We are back on the channel. Well, where does that lead, you might ask? Great question. Thank you for asking. And that leads us to about 50,000. That takes us through the Terra Luna collapse that happened last year. That takes us through the sell-off from digital currency from Three Arrows Capital. That takes us from all of the bad things that happened in the crypto market back up to about 52,000 at the time of the halving, if this line continues. Now, what we could say is that the line probably doesn't continue in that fashion. We've got kind of a range here. We've got upside, we've got some downside. So, you can say, well, the macro upside is maximum downside. You can just kind of take a line here and say, well, this kind of represents the range in which we could be at that point. You put that right in the middle, then you could say, maybe we're going to be as low as 42 or as high as 65, almost an all-time high, by the way. We're this kind of range. And I know that sounds crazy to a lot of people. I know that sounds a little bit odd to a lot of you, but I want to assure you, what is going on right now, these macroeconomic factors, including the Bitcoin ETF, all of these factors that are happening right now are going to lead to something incredible leading to the halving. After the halving, it's anybody's guess. But if you think that BlackRock is here, if you think that ERC-20 is here, Invesco, Fidelity, if you think they are all here for a $35,000 Bitcoin or a $50,000 Bitcoin, then you are fooling yourself. They are here for $1 million Bitcoin. They are here to moon this baby. Now, you can not like the fact that they're here. You can not like that a free and open market, which this represents, is being bought up by these people. You can not like that, but you better pack a bag anyway, because at the end of this, what you're going to see is a massive amount of wealth transfer if you can just hold and you can just take the ride with these guys as they build a gigantic market for Bitcoin. It becomes the big store of value. Most of us, if you're a Bitcoin maxi, you probably move on to another asset. You probably move on to an Ethereum or a Solana or an XRP. You probably move on to something else because you've made the money off of Bitcoin, and now you don't feel good about BlackRock or any of these guys that are involved in it, and that's fine. But take the ride first. Make sure you take the ride first. This is going to get crazy. I assure you, 50,000 Bitcoin is going to happen before the halving. And this is just the beginning. But again, let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe. If you don't like the content, don't subscribe. If you like me, hit the like. If you dislike me, hit dislike. And if you leave a comment, tell me you think I'm right. Tell me you think I'm wrong. Tell me you think I'm crazy. Tell me you think I'm handsome. Tell me you think I'm ugly. Doesn't matter. Just tell me. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleez. I'm always right. Thank you so much for tuning in.